Now is the time to do that. We're about to get our first glimpse of the fruits of the decision. LeBron James taking his talents to South Beach to play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Media day today.
Yeah.
Guys, almost every day during the offseason, media day for these guys, like it or not. They will eventually get out on the floor, but here we go. Should be a fun ride as we start a new era, could very likely be in the NBA. Josh Elliott hosting our coverage in Miami.
They arrived at 2:20 p.m. Eastern today. The biggest of threes removed from the fireworks, both figurative and literal, that greeted their first arrival in Miami. A curious Chris Bosh, a mood-lightening Dwayne Wade, and a very serious LeBron James. To discuss it all from the Bank United Center here on the campus of the University of Miami, Jalen Rose and John Barry. And guys, we'll get to what we saw in just a couple of moments, but they were here to explain themselves really before a gathered media, some 250 strong, asked about leadership. All three were. Here's what Dwayne Wade had to say.
Last couple of years, I've learned how to teach, but I'm not the loudest guy. You know, my voice is not as loud as Brian's. Y'all gonna hear his voice a little way more than y'all gonna hear mine on the basketball court. You know, so it allows me to be able to, you know, stay within my personality of leadership and not go outside that box, which I had to do for a couple of years of growth. But now we got different leaders. You know, because I play with these guys, I know the voices that they have.
I've heard everything this summer, everything I expected. Some of it I didn't expect, but you know, I make my own decisions and I live with them. You know, I still respect Mike, I still respect Magic and Charles and the rest of those guys. Those guys are unbelievable basketball players, but I can't live through those guys. I got to make my own destiny, and this is the route I felt like I needed to go. Everything is going to be, you know, just like you said, like I forgot who said before, it's going to be a huge deal. You know, even when we go to our first road game, our first home game, you know, each city we go to is going to be just a show every night. So, I mean, we're constantly going to have to adjust all year, I think.
So guys, they seemed, if nothing else, actually on point, really on message, a message that was first delivered today by their coach, Eric Spoelstra, who preceded them to the dais, talking about leadership, about sacrifice, the enormity of the challenge that lies ahead. So ultimately, with day one in the books, John, what'd you take away from it?
Like you, a serious LeBron James, very focused. He evidently wrote down the names of people that he had questioned his moves. He's going to be focused and ready. And a relieved Dwayne Wade, a guy that's carried this team for the last few years since Shaq left. He knows he doesn't have to be the man on a nightly basis. He looks happy. And then Pat Riley supporting cast. Miller and House, guys that can shoot the ball. Ilgauskas and Haslam. I like Pat Riley's put around this guy.
I know that there's a lot of hypocritical situations going on in fandom, or even in former players. I don't want to hear who's Batman and who's Robin. I like to see a superstar player like LeBron James willing to sacrifice money, sacrifice stats, and even ego for championships. He's won 2 MVPs. We still question, can he get it done? Well, now I'm going to sign with D-Wade. Now I'm going to sign with Chris Bosh. And in 5 years, as Jalen Rose predict, I'm going to get at least 3 championships and shut everybody up.
All right, 3 in 5. That would merit success. Anything less, well, that remains to be seen. That'll do it for us. From South Florida, we will be heading north and west to Fort Walton Beach outside of Pensacola and Eglin Air Force Base, where the Miami Heat training camp will ensue. For Jalen and John, I'm Josh. Let's head back to Bristol.